Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your models will practically build themselves. Hello, folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Today, I am getting ready to head out and do some adventurous exploring. But what I wanted to talk about on today's show is give you a little bit of an update on how the train table's coming. You see, springtime is finally here in Utah. Yay! A couple of things that I'm doing, well, getting the car ready to go and spiffed up a bit so I can get out on the road and do some adventures.
This year I decided to paint the side window vents black. I think they really set off the back end of the car compared to how they were when they were white. Anyway, got the oil changed, got the wheels cleaned up, it's gassed up, and we are ready to rock.
And I've been working on getting the train table changed over from the winter scene to more of a spring and summer scene. Well, Easter's on its way. It's here in just a few more days. And I wanted to kind of show you what we're doing for Easter on the train table this year. So stick with us and let's see what we do for the Easter train on the train table this year.
First, let's update you on some of the modules that I've already built and installed here on the train table. This particular one in the corner right by all the controls, well, I thought it would be fun to have kind of an entrance to our little park. And this building here, it's kind of a restaurant, a little indoor-outdoor restaurant. You can see I've got the recycling can and next to the garbage can. Here is kind of a different view of it. You can see the controls for the train table right below it. And it's, again, right across from our amusement park train. So this would be where you come into the park. I also installed one of the street lights here on the corner of the building. And at night, it lights up this area where you'd eat outside on the patio. So on the direct opposite end of the table, I built a winter scene. First, we'll change this into something else here pretty quick. But I had this nice little kind of a summer home looking thing, and I went ahead and put that on one of my spray foam hills that I made. Put this beautiful rock face on the front of it where the railroad cut is, and then went ahead and put some rocks and bushes and some snow. I think this turned out pretty good. Actually have a little bit of a wisp of smoke coming out of the stack there, and I built this driveway that is on the one end of it. And I needed something for the driveway, so I picked up this 55 Chevy. I thought that would look kind of cool there in this wintertime scene. And you can see here it is on the board, complete with a couple of pine trees. I'm going to put a couple of kids sledding down this hill that you can see here. But yeah, here's what it looks like on the board. Now you can see in the corner here, there's this little green fenced off area, and let's look at what we've done there. This is what I call Boot Hill, and I wanted to have kind of a little cemetery. In this particular one, the way I had to do it, you walk right down the middle between all the tombstones. We're going to have an area where you can stop and get off the little amusement park train and actually come up and go through this. So anyway, this I built with the same techniques that we've talked about before, or we will be talking about here on the channel in some of my how-to on how to do the scenery. But again, this is a module that you can take on or off. One of the other modules I wanted to do was something that was more year-round, and this particular one is going to be a kind of a hot springs pool. I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to have, whether it was winter or summer. So I found at the train store they had this, I think it's made by Bachman. It's this railroad accessories pack that is a swimming pool. Hey, how cool is that? So, okay, we're going to need to put that in a module. So I measure out this next modular piece. You can see here I've laid the amusement park track on there just so I have some idea where everything needs to go. I've put the pool itself on, which is really kind of a neat little thing. Just stick it on there. Next to the hot springs pool, right on the end here, I'm going to put my water tank for my inner circle of track. The amusement park track is going to run kind of close by here, but it's all going to fit. It's going to work out just fine. So here is the pool in place, and I've gone ahead and masked off, and I've painted with Floquills concrete. It's still wet concrete, folks. Don't step in it. But I've put this around the pool area, and over here by the water tank, I've started to put some of my Utah dirt, starting to fill this in and blend it in, make it look like it's all one piece. Now, I've got this little building that is going to be the dressing rooms, and I'm going to put it just off the side of the concrete here. Eventually it will be lighted. And here I've built this kind of a little bit of a privacy fence, but it's also to help keep the ballast in on my amusement park track as we go forward. So here by our dressing room, I've gone ahead and built kind of a little privacy wall and started to make the trail going into the dressing room area, coming from the amusement park train station itself. And I've done that with my Utah dirt on the trail. We'll kind of fill in the grass here in a few minutes. But now I'm going to go ahead and ballast my track, put the ballast on this amusement park track all the way through, and then spray it down with some alcohol. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my my water and PVA mixture on to set it in place and let it sit overnight so that it's all held together. And you can see how I've done that here on this little piece of track. So let's take a look and see how it looks on the board now. We've gone ahead and put our grass in. You can see it's connected to the station for the amusement park train. You can see our little dressing room. And I put, over by the water tank, I put a light, one of them big station lights that they had, but I wanted this to be kind of a stadium light to light up the pool at night. The pool furniture came with the pool kit, and I was able to find some Priesner figures that sitting around the pool. I thought they would be perfect. Here it is, all lit up with that stadium light that I have, and I think it makes it look absolutely great. I'm going to put a little bit of wisps of steam coming off there so that we know that this is a hot pool. But yeah, I think this is going to be kind of a fun little piece. Moving more towards the center of the board now. Here with my winter scene still, I have these two outhouses and a couple of garbage recycling can. I got a couple of kids here working on building a snowman, which is kind of fun. A while back, for I think it was 25 bucks, I picked up this lot of stuff. And you can see there's a general store up in the upper left-hand corner. It was in pretty rough shape, but it was intact. I knew I could do something with it, so got it out, looked at it. It was missing a few parts, very, very plain looking. And I thought, where in the heck could I use this? And then it kind of dawned on me. I needed kind of a little general store-ish type thing in my park. So as you come through into the park, under the walkway itself, bing, here it is, and it's lit. Some leftovers from my St. Patty's train there on the grass, but yeah, that turned out pretty good. So let's see how the board looks in its nighttime scene. So here you go. You can see the general store over there. It's got, wow, it's pretty bright. You can see the lights around the walkway, and you can see the pool, the light for the pool, which is really bright. But I think this is kind of a neat looking night scene. And once I get all of my lights on the board, I think it's going to be, well, even more stunning. So now let's look at our train. We are going to use this GP60 that I got from my friend Mark Miller. He's done some weathering on it, and I think he did a really good job with that. Anyway, this is by Athearn. It's got a lot of pulling power. It has a KD coupler on the back. So on this particular boxcar, I painted it, well, this is that Furious Fuchsia or whatever it is that Chrysler has. Anyway, I put a KD coupler on the front to kind of make that connection. Standard coupler on the back, and it's got Easter bunnies inside of it. On each end of this train, I've got these hopper cars that are loaded with bunnies and, well, Easter eggs. And, well, they're actually bubblegum eggs, but they are glued in there permanently, so they're not going anywhere. But then my favorite car, the hopper that's loaded with robin eggs. And you can see I have actually been sneaking a few of these. Man, I love those things. Malted milk robin eggs. Oh, they're so good. And then I've got 2 cars that are loaded with jelly beans. And the grandkids can come in and grab those jelly beans. And yeah, they've been snacking on a few of them. So this is the Easter train this year. I thought it was kind of a fun little thing to do for them. After all, who can resist jelly beans, especially on Easter? So here it comes. You can see this this pulls it without any problem. Good looking little engine. Going to slow it down here and review the cars as they go by. Yeah, just perfect for the little kids to stop and pull some jelly beans out. Well, it looks like spring is finally here, so it's time to put away the snow scenes. Even though I love these kids out here on the frozen pond, well, it's time to put that away. We just barely had a storm a couple of days ago that we dumped like 4 inches here in Salt Lake. You can see I was pretty angry about it. So it's time for spring, and we are going to bring out the spring centerpiece with the pond, and well, we're going to be doing some work on this and keep you updated on what we do with the train table going forward. And next month, May, is going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.